The Edmonton Oilers just dodged a major bullet following the loss to the Los Angeles Kings and the potential loss of one of their defenders. All that more today on Oilers Digest as we preview tonight's last regular season game against the San Jose Sharks. Should be one of the hockey games of all time, folks. Nothing to play for either side there. Just one old last game shinny before the real contests happen. But if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do so, as we are so close to 2,900 subscribers here for the channel on the road to 3,000. So if you haven't hit that button down below, make sure you do so for any and all Oiler news here on Oilers Digest. But let's get right into it here, folks. Punishment or just arrest? Yes, after the altercation there with Quinton Byfield in Darnell Nurse there, where Darnell Nurse seemed to have given Quinton Byfield a very stupid cross-check to the back of the head. As you can see there, the replay there, the skirmish with Byfield taking one too many pokes at Calvin Pickard, and Darnell Nurse takes offense to that there. Again, just a boneheaded decision there by Darnell Nurse, and luckily he wasn't suspended for a longer period of time. We'll get into that in just a second there. But after that one, yesterday morning's tweet there from the Department of Player Safety, the Department of Player Safety that always seems to be very inconsistent on how they deal with fines and punishments, tweeted out Darnell Nurse will have a hearing tonight, meaning last night, for cross-checking against Los Angeles' Quinton Byfield, and he was suspended for only one game, which kind of, puzzled me, because he does have some history there with suspensions. The one-game suspension in the playoffs against the Vegas Golden Knights. There was a suspension, I do believe, in his sophomore season there against the San Jose Sharks. It might be, one more other suspension, but I know for a fact this will be his third time being suspended there. So the history just, makes me question, why the Department of Player Safety would, only give him one game. Again, it's not really much of a punishment when, it's a meaningless game tonight. Sure, the reps would help Nurse going into the playoffs, but again, very thankful that it is only one game, despite the fact that, again, just a very stupid decision for Darnell Nurse. I mean, it's a heat of the moment, but you can do other things to, get your message across other than cross-checking someone in the back of the head. But going into the playoffs, one game does the Oilers wonders. That blue line is being held together by duct tape in a hope there. As you can see there, the Department of Player Safety, sort of their reasoning and rationale behind it there, with Byfield on the ice, and after the play ended, Nurse pulls back his stick and shoves downward onto Byfield, striking him in the head. It is important to note Nurse is in control throughout the entirety of the sequence and makes the decision to deliver an intentional cross-check that makes head contact on an opponent lying on the ice, and is delivered with requisite force for supplemental discipline. But while we agree with the assertion that this cross-check is not delivered with exceptional force, it is only because of that fact that this incident is not met with much more harsh discipline there. You can see there sort of a freeze frame of the contact, so it's more so, I'm not justifying it, but it kind of looks like more of, again, just a punch to the back of the head. Sure, the top of the stick is involved there, but again, not defending it at all, just sort of seeing where the Department of Player Safety is coming across with their decision to only make it one game. Now for the Oilers, without one game tonight, without Darnell Nurse, let's take a look at what they will look like with 81 down in one to go. But before we get into the lineup, there's some quotes here from the Oilers captain Connor McDavid regarding the health of the teams. You can see their Oilers Sharks 9:30 Central, 8:30 Mountain at the Shark Tank there. I forget exactly what their arena name is. I just know it's the Shark Tank. That's what we've always known it as. But when it comes to, the Oilers and the sort of the narrative around the team that they're banged up, held together by duct tape, again, duct tape in a hope, Elmer's glue going into the playoffs, Connor McDavid is not a fan of that narrative. Says, guys are healthier than it may seem. I think we kind of had this aura around us that we're the walking wounded, but we're just fine. Everyone's going to be ready to roll. Everybody is doing whatever they can. Adding on here, I just don't like that people are counting us out. We're a great team here. We've had some bumps and bruises along the way. That's an understatement here, Connor, obviously, but we're a dangerous team when we're rolling and we're healthy. I felt personally night and day better than before. The injury, just in terms of rest and not getting a break there with the Four Nations face-off, which I'm not complaining about at all. I'm sure Leon's going to feel the same way. Everyone's going to feel the same way, except for Matisse Ekholm, and we'll be ready to roll. I think you'll see that over the next little while, and we're looking forward to showing that. Now, it's either going to be a quote that we revisit at the end of the playoffs and go, my God, what a call from Connor McDavid, or it's the complete opposite, and the LA Kings just wipe the Oilers on the floor in a short series. But hopefully it's the other way around. I think it'll be the other way around. Everyone's counting out the Oilers, but the Oilers do their best work when their back is against the wall, down 3-0 to the Florida Panthers, climbed all the way back to Game 7, back against the wall against the Vancouver Canucks, so on and so forth there. So with the Oilers, I'm not really worried at all with their health situations, more so just, the goaltending and if it can remain consistent throughout the Stanley Cup playoffs there. But McDavid is also 1 point off of 100 there tonight, so hopefully we can see him achieve that, maybe rest the rest of the game there, but on track for, 9 or 8 100-point season. There should be 9. I mean, in 2019-20, when the season was cut short there, 3 points off of 100, which would have made it, 8 straight to begin with this game heading into tonight. But, I mean, that is just history, no matter how you want to say it there. I mean, that is just, video game numbers here from Connor McDavid, making it look easier than it probably should be there. And only 3 players in NHL history have produced 8 100-point seasons. Marcel Dion with the LA Kings at 8, Mario Lemieux at 10, and Wayne Gretzky at 15. McDavid should be given the opportunity to join that club tonight there. You can see the Oilers recall Connor Carrick on an emergency basis with no Darnell Nurse. The defenseman has 17 goals and 22 assists in 60 games with the Bakersfield Condors this season. Now, the Bakersfield Condors, if you thought the Oilers are banged up, the Condors are, if not more even as banged up, but worse when it comes to, comparing the two clubs and just how injured they exactly are there. And that's Connor Carrick's, it will be his first game since April 9th, 2023, so 2 years since his NHL, experience is needed with the big club there, with that record-breaking Boston Bruins team there in a 5-3 victory with 1 assist, and he's also a +3, so I mean, small victories there for Connor Carrick. But just taking a look at the lines and pairings here from the Wednesday skate in San Jose from Tony Burrow of Oilers TV, Jeff Skinner, Connor McDavid. So it looks like he will be playing tonight with Connor Brown and Vasily Podkolzin, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Victor Arvidsson, Corey Perry, Adam Henrique, and Kasperi Kapanen, and then Max Jones, Matisse Janmark, and Quinn Hudson in his second NHL game there, with the extras being Evander Kane, Leon Draisaitl, and Zach Hyman there. So it looks like no Draisaitl or Hyman tonight here for the Oilers. And then the defense is where it gets very interesting. Cam Dunedin, Evan Bouchard, Brett Kulak, and Josh Brown, and Ty Emerson on his offside with Connor Carrick, and then the extra 2 defensemen with Darnell Nurse and John Klingberg, with Stuart Skinner getting the start in net tonight as he makes his 50th start in tonight's season finale. 25-18-4 record coming in, and he recorded his 3rd straight 25+ win season on Sunday night there. So the Oilers just have to get through this game without any injuries, not nothing else to sort of analyze heading into tonight's game. Just make sure nothing drastic happens. Now, just taking a look at the San Jose Sharks, I don't really have to show you their record. They are very, very bad. But Tyler Toffoli, Macklin Celebrini, and Will Smith, but I mean, they're building a great team. No disrespect to the San Jose Sharks at all. Mike Rear is cooking with Willie Meckland, Alex Wenberg, and Cameron Lund on the second line. Nikolai Kovalenko, Todd Deleandria, and then looks like Daniil Gushin, number 75 there for the San Jose Sharks, and then Carl Gunstrom, Barclay Goodrow, and Noah Gregor. On the back end, they're a back end decimated by injuries with Henry Thrun, Timothy Liljegren, Lucas Carlson, Jan Ruda, Jimmy Schultz, and Mark-Edward Vlasic, the last remaining San Jose Shark there from the Thornton in Marlowe days, with the starting goaltender tonight being Alexander Georgiev with a goals against average of 3.74 and a save percentage of .874. Now, I can't lie and say this will only be interesting tonight, but it's Oilers hockey. Take it while you can, while the going, while the going is good, as the saying is with the Oilers, and just making sure nobody gets hurt there. That's pretty much, the tagline for tonight's game, and hopefully, Stuart Skinner rolls into the playoff on a hot streak. He had that fantastic game against the Winnipeg Jets, putting up a .944. So hopefully, a bit of a I don't want to say, a bit of a shock if the Sharks do win tonight, as the the Oilers probably taking it easy on the opponent. The Sharks want to go into the offseason on a high there. But that is it for today's video. And let me know down in the comments what you think about the Nurse suspension. Too much? Do you think it just should have been a fine? I'm very interested to see what you all have to say. I know after the McDavid suspension there, lots of interested people in the comments section there, so it's always welcome here. Love the discussion, love the chatter. But, folks, enjoy the game tonight. I mean, the real ones start on Sunday night. I do believe it will be Sunday night for Game 1 between the Oilers and Kings there, so it's Oilers hockey. Let's go Oilers. Let's get the 2 points. Let's finish with 101 points to end off the year. The Oilers sitting on 99 points. McDavid sitting on 99 points. Hopefully they can both get it done. Take care. Have a great rest of your day, folks. I'm Matt.